Okay, let's look at building some presentation models so that we can connect the data to the visuals. So we have our 3D model. I have a 3D view that shows both the tilted collector and the flat collector in place. And the last step we're going to want to do is just tilt this whole roof up so that it appears to be at that 30-degree angle. So what I want to do is kind of preserve the actual building like it is now without tilting the roof. So I am going to go ahead and make a new view, so to speak, or excuse me, a new document. So I'm going to go ahead. First of all, I'm going to just save this version, and I'm going to do a save as a project again, and I'm going to just call this one tilt. Oh, a slope roof, I guess. Just so that we don't destroy the original one. And let's set up this view so we can do a rendering of it. So take a minute to save that. So let's first of all hide this one in view, the tilted one, elements. And let's double click on the roof and go ahead and pick a pitch. And I'm trying to figure out how to figure out a roof pitch, rise over run. Let me see if I can Google that. There should be a way to do that. So let's go roof pitch in degrees. What do you know? So we wanted a 30-degree pitch, let's say. So we want really something that's a 7 and 12, which is really quite steep. And that's going to really change the geometry of our building. But let's go ahead and play with that for a minute. So we've got our line. We're going to say it's going to define the slope. And we're going to make this 7 and 12. And we'll accept that. And now our roof is going to pop up to a really high angle. So much so now that we could probably get another array even in this roof. Let's kind of moderate that down, just because it just seems just a ridiculously pitched amount of roof. Let's just do it 4 and 12. We could always go back if we looked at my mind just wanted to say, all right, so now we have a 4 and 12 pitch. Let's see what the what our chart said about a 4 and 12. That's a 20. Let's say that's a 20-degree pitch. We could have run our PV analysis around that. But now we have improved performance. Actually, we'll go back and run the numbers on that one. So let's go back to Revit now. We have our 20 pitch. And what I want to do is kind of want to preserve this view. So I'm going to go ahead and attach all of these walls to the roof. So I'm going to select the wall and then click the roof. And select this wall and connect it up. Whoops. And we know we have another wall back here that we want to connect to that. So now we have a visualization of that roof on a pitch like that. And you know, all kinds of aesthetic issues probably. Those are probably the angled collectors that are still in there. So let's go ahead now and render this. I want to just render this transparent. I want to capture this view so we'll have 3 outputs. So I'm going to grab the graphic display options. Actually, I want to, I want to render this in ray tracing, I think, so I can have a transparent background. Get rid of all of this other clutter here. So I'll go ahead and render that. I've got it set for exterior sun only. Let's see what that looks like. And we'll save this one, and then I'll go back and I'll do the other ones, but I won't necessarily put those in the video here because it does take a while for these to render. And if that has that cruddy looking moire pattern on it, I won't even bother to ray trace render these. Yeah, that's kind of ugly. You can see how the collectors now are just lacking all definition. I'll end this video and I'll go through and I'll render the versions, and then I'll come pick back up after I've gone through all of that process.